Oh, hello there. So you're pricing a golf simulator. Let's see what 24/7 Golf has to offer. Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. And winter is coming, and for some of you, it's maybe already here, a little bit north of the equator, and you've been eyeing that space up in that garage or basement, and you might be thinking, hey, this is the year that we actually pull the trigger on that golf simulator and play some golf practice in the off season. Today, we are reviewing the 24/7 Golf product suite for their simulator package. Now, full disclaimer, this is a sponsored video and 24/7 Golf is a channel partner, but before you make too many judgments, before I even went down this journey with 24/7 Golf, I told them I wanted to be able to be completely honest. They haven't given me any talking points or anything for their product, and they just wanted an honest review for you guys to see how it performs, and I've really been enjoying it. So today we're gonna be looking at the buy your own launch monitor package. It came with an enclosure, hitting mat, projector, mount, screen, cords, and essentially everything you need to get a simulator up and running when you have your own launch monitor. Now, I did have my own launch monitor. I had a Mevo Plus, as well as I am running GS Pro through my laptop. So that's what I've been using to play my golf down here on the live streams, Thursday, 6 p.m. Stop by and chat if you like to. Oh, that's so bad. That's so bad. It was the distance, but I pulled it so hardcore. We are solely just going to be reviewing the product suite provided to me with that buy your own launch monitor kit. If you have questions about GS Pro, Mevo Plus, any of that stuff, check out my other videos. Subscribe also. Hey, join the journey down here in the garage. Let's jump right into this. Let's see what 24/7 Golf can get you for your money. Let's do it. One other just quick note as well. The buy your own launch monitor package retails for $3,999 on the website. But if you have a very keen eye, you'll notice that the Garmin R10 package retails for the exact same price, covering that launch monitor portion of it. And with the discount code BBB Golf, you're gonna get $250 off any of the simulator packages, not individual items, the packages as a whole. Okay, so onto the kit itself. Now, I think it's only fitting to start with what I think is actually the crown jewel of the entire package, and that's the 24/7 Golf enclosure. Now, this one is a bit different than what you may see from the other competitors, and that is that the actual enclosure itself is all one piece. The sides, the top of the screen, it's all one piece together. So there's no opportunity for a ball to go, ricochet between the pipes or hit the pipes on the interior of the enclosure. Additionally, the way it's designed is that you actually do have a buffer on the back end of the screen as well. So you can butt the enclosure up all the way against your wall. You don't need to account for that space of the impact of the ball hitting the screen. It's already built into the enclosure itself. Now, I've hit driver, all kinds of stuff into the screen and never had an issue with a ball hitting the screen and coming back at me. I swing driver relatively 110, ball speed 155 to 160, and the screen just takes it. Pretty quiet as well, being that it's all kind of one piece. It absorbs that sound really well. I'm really happy with the enclosure. They really have something special here. Now, I do have a build video of how this all went up. So if you're interested in that, it's really simple. You can do it by yourself. I would suggest that, after you get the frame together, you get someone to kind of help you with the screen and getting all the Velcro stuff nice and tight. So that way, you're getting most of the wrinkles out of the screen. Once I had that all up, I just got myself a steamer, ran it over the screen and all that stuff too, and it's been good ever since. So the enclosure, it is great. It works exactly as it's designed. Now, even with me, I have a little bit longer ball flight than some simulators. When I'm hitting pretty much anything above a pitching wedge, I do tend to hit the top of the enclosure quite a bit, even up to right into where the seam is. Has these pads in here that helps absorb that impact. The ball will bounce back at me sometimes, but the screen is still no physical or visual damage from hitting that section of the enclosure as well. It's a really good product. I'm really happy with it. I think they have a home run here with this enclosure. All right, so let's talk the projector next. Okay, so we're on to the projector for the buy your own launch monitor kit. Now in the build video, I specifically mentioned I didn't use this projector for my simulator because it didn't work for my space in particular. This projector in itself is a great projector, great kit, great image, but with it not having a zoom feature to it, it would have had to be mounted basically right here where my frame of my enclosure is. Now, since I'm using the Mevo Plus on the indoor setting, I have roughly 14 feet of ball flight, and I was a bit more nervous about that projector being so close up to the enclosure to where maybe a ball could bounce, a topped ball can bounce up and hit the projector and damage it. Another thing I mentioned in the video is that the image didn't fill the full screen. Now, you can see that I found a workaround for that, all right? I have the Optoma projector here. It's mounted away from the enclosure and it's filling the full screen. So in theory, that works, right? But only if this is only being used for a golf simulator. And even then you still are losing some other aspect as well. This had to be scaled down with my PC to a different aspect ratio. And with that, you lose some of the quality of the graphics of GS Pro and the quality that this projector can actually project to in HD 1080p. It works, you can do it, you can get that immersion, you can fill the full swing, you can fill the full screen, but you're having some trade-offs, which another one, a big trade-off in my opinion, is now any other source you plug into this projector, it's not gonna be effective on this screen anymore. And I have an example here. I have a Roku stick and we'll switch that over. So now you can see like the screen is completely useless. The projector overflows off the viewable screen area. And yeah, you can technically say, hey, you can just stream Netflix through your PC at that lower aspect ratio, but nobody's gonna wanna watch shows at a lower aspect ratio on that reduced screen size. So a lot of us, I know me in particular, when I built this space, I wanted it to be a multi-use experience. And there's been plenty of times we've been down in here in the garage, watching the Bills games with our crew, and this wouldn't work. So the trade-off is basically you lose a screen size, right? Which I mentioned, it doesn't fill the full screen, and you go from there. Now, there are some calculators online to where you can actually figure out what screen size you would need to use this projector at 1080p. And for my ceiling height, my screen height here, which was 8.5 feet, I technically would need close to a 14-foot width screen. So that's all stuff you need to consider. I will be doing a basic simulator guide of how, if you're looking to plan on building a simulator, things that you may need to consider. So that's gonna be out in the future. That's projector. Hey, it's a great projector, but you just need to understand how it's gonna work for your use case. If you're using a SkyTrack, if you're using a photo-based launch monitor to where you're basically hitting, straight into the screen and your ball doesn't have a whole lot of flight, yeah, that thing goes right up on the ceiling right above you and you're good to go. But anything that is a bit further back off the screen, well, then you start running into maybe challenges with maybe damaging the projector. Just understand how it works and if it's gonna work for you. In the package as well, you're gonna get the projector mounting bracket to put the projector up on your ceiling. But another thing that's nice that they already thought about is if you end up having too high of ceilings and you still need to mount the projector, well, they left a spot out of the enclosure that you could actually mount the projector to the enclosure. Keep in mind, if that's the route you need to go, whenever your ball impacts that screen, you might have a little bit of image sway, but it's another option for you to get your simulator up and running. You also get the 25-foot HDMI cord to run from the projector to whatever source you're gonna be using to run your simulator. Keep in mind that, whatever you're using, like for example, I had the Mevo Plus, and for the longest time, I was using just my phone, to run my simulator. And with that, I also needed to purchase the HDMI lightning connector, and that's so an additional cost there, and whatever else you're using. I know Garmin has an app. A lot of these other flight monitors have an app of some sort. So you may need to figure out what other cords you may need, whether that's, splitters, adapters, or even just power cords to keep all that stuff, charged and ready for you when you're ready to hit on your simulator. Okay, let's talk turf. So with the simulator package, you're also going to get a Sim Master premium hitting mat. Now this one measures 5 feet by 5 feet, and it's about 1.5 inches thick. It has really good thick fibers in here, really dense. And on the back, you have a good quality foam, rubberized foam on the back here to help kind of protect your wrist for kind of those kind of hard fat shots. And with this turf as well, it should simulate you chunking it in some capacity as well. So really good quality mat. It also does accept a tee, so you can just use whatever normal tees you use, just like that. Now, for my build, I have a Country Club Elite 5x8 mat, a little bit bigger. And I just liked it, so I wanted to go ahead and keep that for my build. But this is just as good quality as the Country Club Elite or any good hitting mat that you're going to see at any type of range. Good dense fibers, feels good. It's going to really be what you need. Now, it is worth noting that all this other turf that you see for my simulator build, that is not included with the package, all right? That's something that you might have to kind of source or find on your own. I just found some basic kind of AstroTurf, also bought some foam tiles to kind of bring up the thickness of it a little bit, and then used that as my landing area turf. I got a video on the whole build, cost, everything like that, so give that a look if you want, but it was around $400 to $450 to do my landing area turf. So another cost that you might need to account for the build itself, but feels good. Turf feels really good, reacts well. Feels really nice, and you won't be disappointed with this turf, that's for sure. So there you have it, a look at all the pieces in the simulator package kits, and I think it's just safe to say you're getting a quality product across the board, especially the Enclosure. I think it's probably the best one out there. I'm not gonna go buy any other ones, upset the better half to prove those claims. Like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, this is a sponsored video and 24/7 Golf is a channel partner. Give them a look though. It's good quality stuff, and if you're trying to make this a reality, especially looking at that Garmin R10 package, discount code BBB Golf, $250 off. You might be able to make this a reality for in and around $4,000. You know, enjoy some simulator golf. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions at all, hey, comment below. Let me know. Join a live stream. See how all the other stuff works, and subscribe as well. We'll see you in the next videos, guys. Cheers. Peace.